What's up, movie viewers? Dena Views and Reviews here, asking what you watching. Well, today I am watching Nowhere, starring Anna Castillo, Tamar Novus, Tony Carvillo, Irina Bravo. It is written by Indiana Lister, Ernest Riera Siana, Winslow Teresa Rosendahl, and Miguel Ruz. Directed by Albert Pinto, produced by Miguel Ruz. Nowhere is a drama and thriller taking place in a futuristic setting in which Spain has become a dictatorship. And Spain's government plans to eradicate children, the elderly, and pregnant women. Now, they're doing this to deal with the lack of resources. That is some weird stuff. You're also eradicating yourself when you do that. But the main characters of the movie is a husband and wife couple. The wife, Mia, and her husband, Nico, are expecting a child. So they are determined to find their way out of this country and from under this horrible government that has been taken over by these radicals. The couple, along with many others, are trying desperately to get away from this conflict. In doing so, they are forced to flee from the violence, which means they have to endure running and hiding from dogs, spotlights beaming from helicopters above them, violent, despicable people. And as a result, they find themselves in a cargo yard along with a lot of other people that are being piled into shipping containers. They're trying to sneak them into Ireland so that they can find freedom there. But while in the process of being transported to freedom, there is a very violent encounter that causes the two main characters of this movie to be split up into two separate shipping containers. There were so many cruel and heartless individuals that did some horrific things along their journey. Now, Mia was piled into a storage container and managed to be the only lone survivor of a gruesome atrocity. So Mia finds herself, she's pregnant, she's alone, and she's separated from her husband, and she's in labor floating in the middle of the ocean inside of this shipping container that is partially filled with water already. Wow, this was a very interesting movie. Every once in a while, you watch something that you think is you maybe iffy, then you get this big surprise when you watch it, and you're glad you chose this movie. I gave this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars because it was one of those surprisingly interesting movies that kept me on the edge of my seat. It had me wondering and imagining what would one have to do to survive such a terrifying event and under those circumstances, especially when it comes to introducing a newborn child into the plot of this movie. Is it even plausible to think that a steel shipping container can actually float in the ocean? I was very impressed how just observing the main character and her will to survive, making the best out of whatever she had on hand. It was impressive and shows the power of determination when it comes to survival or just trying to survive. I think this movie was unexpectedly well done, and I have to admit it just had me anxious to see if Mia and the baby would make it or if they would just get swallowed up by the sea. It makes you question if anyone could ever survive under those conditions and what she was exposed to under the same circumstances. No basic supplies, no fresh water, no heat or food, and not only you, but trying to save the life of a newborn. A very interesting and enlightening plot, I would have to say. Now, Nowhere is rated TVMA, and if you would like to check this movie out, you most certainly can because it is now streaming on Netflix. This has been Dena Views and Reviews, inviting you to join me weekly for my next movie review and our recommendation. And I want you to remember, It's my view. Now, what you're watching